Hi guys, I'm Rhonda and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about a few holiday romance new releases that I am most excited for. I know that Halloween was just a couple of weeks ago. I know it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but the holiday season is upon us, and that means it's time to start thinking about what books you want to read for the holiday season. And I thought it would be fun to kind of go through the internet and find some holiday books that I'm excited about or I think you might enjoy, and that's what I'm doing today. I have over 20 books, and some of these books are going to be books that I absolutely really want to read, and then some of them maybe the author's not for me, but I think you guys might like it, and that's why we're going to go over it. Also too, the majority of these books are romances. Usually when I'm picking up a holiday book, that's what I want. I want a cozy, festive, fun, contemporary romance to just get me in the spirit of the holiday season. I do want to get started because I have a lot of books to go over, and before I do want to go ahead and request you guys to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I have quite a few holiday related content that's coming your way in the coming weeks. I'm going to be doing my holiday TBR video. I'm going to do a holiday book rec video. I hope, fingers crossed, to get to a holiday reading vlog and much, much more. So please subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss that holiday content. Okay, let's go ahead and get started because I have a lot to get to. All of these books, with the exception of a few novellas, have already been released, and I'm going to go over them in the order that they were released. And I do have my computer with me, so I'm going to be looking down and talking to you guys that way so that we can get through this list as quickly as possible. The first book I want to talk about is Snowflakes Over Stars Fall by Kate Hewitt. This is the third book in a interconnected small town romance series, and each book is kind of a seasonal read. I have a moth. Okay, there is a moth flying around or something. Anyway, each of the books is set in a different season, and the Snowflake one is obviously set during Christmas time. But I have read the first book, which is called Coming Home to Stars Fall. That one is set during the autumn season. And then the second book is Playing for Keeps in Stars Fall. I think that's set during the springtime. And then again, Snowflakes Over Stars Fall is set during the Christmas. And each one of these books is set in the town of Stars Fall. Think, obviously, Gilmore Girls with Stars Hollow. But instead of the downtown area being just beautiful and picturesque with all these fun, cozy shops, in Stars Fall, this town has gone through kind of a rough time. A lot of people have moved out, and a lot of businesses have moved out as well. And starting with this first book, people are finally moving back to this town and opening up shops. So this area is going through a renaissance. It's really cozy and sweet. The romances are closed door. I think there's barely even any kissing. So I just think they're really sweet and cozy. And I really need to read the second one, but I think you can probably read these out of order. But the first one, Coming Home to Stars Fall, that one was about a woman who was moving to town and opening up a dog bakery. And then the second book is about a single mom moving to this town, and she's opening a board game cafe. So this new Christmas book by her in this series is about a woman named Jenna, and she's lived in Star Falls for her whole life. She's a local, and she's been running the general store for 10 years. Well, a man by the name of Jack Wexler has moved to Stars Fall, and he is from New York. He is a millionaire investment banker, and it says he breezes into Jenna's store seemingly furious they don't stock smoked salmon. Jenna is amused as she is annoyed. Who is this ridiculous guy, and doesn't he realize he's not in Manhattan anymore? So this one is just going to be just your cozy, sweet, closed door, small town, enemies to lovers romance, and I am here for it. I have not ordered this book yet, but I think I'm going to have to because it sounds like a good time, because it also sounds like it's going to be a little bit of an opposites attract, which I do love that trope too. Next up is a book that was released on September 9th, and it's called All In for Christmas, and it's by Jenny Baird. This one is a little bit longer of a romance. It's 400 pages, but this is going to be a book that has alternate realities. The blurb says, one woman, two lives, but did she choose the right one? So this one is about a woman named Paige, and she is an English teacher. She's very practical. Her life is fine. But one day at the school's faculty holiday party, she runs into her old college boyfriend named Dean. And apparently he's been hired to replace a physics teacher, And it says, Paige can't help getting stars in her eyes and wondering what her life might have been like if they never said goodbye. With a rare comet passing overhead and the aid of a mysterious holiday market vendor, the universe grants Paige a chance to find out. And then apparently the next morning she wakes up in an alternate reality where she's married to Dean. They have 2 kids and a dog. So she gets to live life in a reality where her and Dean, I guess, never broke up. So I love books like that. So I definitely want to read this one. Is it on Kindle Unlimited? No, it's not. But I love books with magical realism, so I'm going to put a little star next to this one because I definitely want to read it. Moving on to the newest Jenny Bayliss book called I'll Be Home for Christmas. And this one is going to be a second chance romance, and it is a little bit long. It looks like it's running 448 pages, but the blurb reads, it is a British wintertime tale following one dejected woman's trip home to her eccentric great aunts, her wayward mother, and her first love. So if you love holiday books by Jenny Bayliss, I haven't read any yet, but I do have some on my TBR to get to. But if you love her books, she has a new one already out called I'll Be Home for Christmas. Another book that also came out on September 23rd is You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Sophie Sullivan. I do love that Christmas song. I don't know what it is about it, but that's one of my favorites now. And the blurb on this one reads, all bets are off when a single-minded photographer and a professional hockey player are forced to spend a week together on his sister's Christmas tree farm. To be honest with you, I do love Christmas books set on a Christmas tree farm. But this one is going to be obviously a little bit of a sports romance because he is a hockey player. There's going to be forced proximity, and it sounds really sweet. This next book I saw at Target the other day, and I almost bought it, but it was also released on September 23rd, and it's called Christmas People by Iva Marie Palmer. This is going to have some magical realism because I think it's about a woman who finds herself kind of in a Hallmark movie. It says, after one very hazel night, Jill wakes up to a hometown that's filled with jolly neighbors, covered in pristine white snow and shimmering with the smell of nutmeg. She realizes that this is more than just a bad hangover. She's stuck in a heartfelt movie. One set in her town, starring real people from her life, including her family, her high school crush, and of course her ex. Handsome as ever and now exclusively clad in plaid flannel. The only way out of this bizarro world is to complete the plot of the movie, including a holiday bake-off and a cookie-sweet love story. A bake-off? Yes! This sounds really cute. So if you like magical realism, this might be for you, and I think it sounds really, really sweet. And I'm going to add some stars next to this one because I may have to go back to Target and get that book. Emily Stone has a new book called Yours for the Season. This came out on October 7th. So this one says, could a fake relationship with your ex over Christmas in Scotland be the perfect opportunity for revenge or a second chance at love? One woman is about to find out in this charming holiday romance from the author of Always in December and A Winter's Wish. And I feel like I've read something by this author, but obviously this is going to be a second chance romance set in Scotland. If you love holiday romances set in Scotland, then this may be the one for you. But this one has 336 pages, so about an average size holiday romance book. A book that also was released on October 7th is called A Christmas Cure by Christine Winters. And this is a time travel book where our girl is time traveling to a previous Christmas to right some wrongs. The blurb reads, a cozy holiday rom-com in which ER physician Dr. Libby Monroe travels back in time to the previous Christmas during her hometown's rumored to be magical Christmas tree lighting ceremony, where she must confront her past choices while navigating an unexpected romance that could rewrite her future. Oh man, let me add stars next to this one. I'm adding stars next to books that I want to read. I have so many books, I need to stop. Okay, that one sounds really cute. And how many pages? It has 304 pages. It's not on KU, that's okay. But it sounds really cute, and you guys know I love a time travel book. Another book that came out on October 7th is a no spice novella called A Very Merry Matchup by Becca Kinzer. And this one has 184 pages. Is this on Kindle? No, it's a novella for $3.99, so it's not on Kindle, but it says, in this charming small town Christmas rom-com, a travel nurse who loves to play matchmaker gets a taste of her own medicine when her friend conspires to set her up with a minor league baseball player. Ooh, I love romances with baseball players. I'm not big into hockey romances. Actually, I could care less about hockey, so I don't typically grab hockey romances, but if it's baseball or football, I'm definitely into those, especially baseball. So this one sounds cute. And again, it's a short little 184-page novella. So grab that one if that sounds like something you would enjoy. Next up is another book released on October 7th called A Merry Little Lie by Sarah Morgan. And I think this is Brother's Best Friend. Becky is stranded at the airport. So when she bumps into her brother's best friend, Will, and he suggests they drive home together, Becky reluctantly agrees. For the first time, Becky is dreading Christmas, and only Will knows why. Can she trust him to keep a secret? Okay, so it sounds like we're following the POV of a few different people, because it says Becky's twin sister Rosie married Declan after a whirlwind romance, and now the cracks are starting to appear. Rosie and Declan have agreed to hide their problems for her family, but Rosie's insecurities are growing. Will this Christmas bring them closer or drive them apart? And then we're also following Haley, who can't wait for her first Christmas with Jamie. The Christmas traditions of this family sound wonderful, but she's worried about her place in this close-knit family. Will there be room for her too? And how will they react to the secret she and Jamie have been keeping? Despite everyone's best intentions, all the chaos and confusion could derail their normally happy holidays. Can they tell each other the truth in time to enjoy a picture-perfect family Christmas? So again, you're going to be following different POVs. It sounds like obviously family secrets, maybe a little bit of family drama. So this one sounds like it's going to have more depth, and it sounds really good. I'm going to add some stars next to this one because I think I might like this one. I do like, you know, your sweet, cozy little seasonal romances, but I can appreciate a book with depth, and I think this might have it. Next is a book that was released on October 14th called Grayson Henry's Holiday Movie Marathon by Matthew Norman. I actually, if you watched my last haul video, I actually purchased this book, and it's already added to my TBR for this holiday season, and it sounds so cute and so good, so heartwarming. But this is about two people who have lost their spouses, and I think this is their first Christmas without, you know, their husband and wife. And I think they're set up by their parents, and they end up spending this holiday season just hanging out together and watching old Christmas movies together. And I think it's going to be so sweet. It's going to be emotional. I know it. And the buzz about this book has been really good. In fact, on Goodreads, it has a 4.46 rating. So definitely going to read this one. The blurb reads, a sentimental advertising creative and a blunt, no-nonsense bar owner find a second chance at love while binge watching iconic holiday movies in this poignant and heartwarming romance. So yeah, this is one I'm definitely going to try and get to this holiday season. Another book that was released on October 14th is My Favorite Holiday by Lauren Blakely. This one was actually released last year in 2024, but I guess it's being traditionally published. And apparently this is part of an interconnected series called the How to Date series. And this is book number 5. I'm assuming you can still read this out of order. The blurb says, wanted, one hot billionaire to pose as my Christmas boyfriend must be willing to make my cheating ex jealous when you kiss me under the mistletoe at all the holiday parties. Bonus points if you make him cry. So yeah, this is obviously going to be your fake dating trope, your billionaire romance trope. And the page count on this one is 498 pages. It's a little too long for me, but if you don't mind a longer seasonal romance, then maybe this is the one for you. I did happen to see this one at Target as well when I was there the other day looking at the book. So maybe check out your local Target and snag your copy. Most people have heard about this next book, but it's called Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal by Megan Quinn. This is the second book in the How My Neighbor Stole Christmas series. She had a book come out last Christmas and everyone was talking about how great it was. So this is the second book in that series. I have not read the first book. I don't think I'm going to read the second book. Megan Quinn writes spicy books, and they're just too spicy for me. So I don't think I'm going to read it, but if you don't mind that, then maybe check this one out. The blurb on this one says that it is a brand new holiday rom-com with lots of humor and heat. Nothing says I love you like trespassing, public humiliation, and a town-wide Christmas spectacle to win your crush back. Okay, tropes are holiday hijinks, small town laughs, rivals to lovers. So this one is 464 pages. Let me know how spicy these books are. I didn't read the first one because I thought it was going to be too spicy for me. Let me know if you think that it's worth a read and if I can just kind of skip over the really spicy scenes because I'm really curious. It sounds funny, but let me know in the comments if this is a book you think I can handle. Okay, the next book I want to talk about is another book that I included in that book haul. It's another book that I want to get to this holiday season called Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This one came out on October 21st. And this is a book, I think the male main character is the ghost of Christmas past. And our FMC is kind of like a Scrooge. So this is, I guess, going to be a little bit of a grumpy sunshine. It says that it's filled with magic, mayhem, and cozy holiday charm. So this is going to be a little bit of a paranormal romance. It is the first book in a new series called the Ghosted series. And I read B.K. Borison before. I've read 3 of her books. I read Love Like Farms Last Christmas. That is a Christmas romance set, I think on a Christmas tree farm. And love that one. It was so cute. Definitely check that one out if you haven't read it. I read the second book in the Love Like Farms series called In the Weeds. Didn't really love that one. And then I read First Time Caller. That was her new release that came out, I think, last February. And that one was just okay. But this one sounds super cute. I love A Christmas Carol. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. So yeah, this is a book I definitely want to get to because obviously I bought it and it sounds like something that's right up my alley. Okay, the next book is going to be something a little bit different. It is a Christian romance book and it was released on October 21st and it's called The Christmas Ring by Karen Kingsbury. I don't know much about this, but it sounded really sweet. It says, while searching for her family's missing Christmas ring, a military widow sparks a friendship with a handsome antiques dealer who just might have the love and the lost heirloom she's been looking for. Vanessa's great-grandfather discovered a beautiful gold and ruby ring buried in the dirt at Normandy on D-Day. It gave him hope when all hope seemed lost and came to be known as the Christmas ring as it was passed down through the generations. But it goes on to say that years ago, Vanessa lost the ring shortly after becoming a military widow herself and has scoured the antique stores ever since, hoping someone found it. After dropping her daughter Sadie off for college, the Christmas in July sale sign she sees passing through Marietta seems the perfect distraction before returning to her now empty house. She doesn't find the ring, but she does find something else. The co-owner of the store, Ben Miller, makes her smile in a way she hasn't since losing her husband. Oh, so this one just sounds like it's going to be a sweet little holiday romance that's going to be heartwarming and maybe a little heart-wrenching too. So if you like a little bit more in your romances, then maybe try that one. Oh, and it is a novella too. It's 208 pages, so that's going to be a cute short one. I'm going to add a little star next to this one because I might want to read that. All right, next up, a book that was released on October 23rd is The Bright Side of Christmas by Morgan Elizabeth. And this one is on Kindle Unlimited. And it says, Ren King is the one person in town everyone can rely on. Need someone to watch your kids? She's got it. You deserve the night off. Want 5 dozen cookies for a bake sale? Call up Ren. She loves to bake. As a small town of Holly Ridge's sweetheart, she's always available to help, even if it leaves little time for herself along the way. But this holiday season, it's ramped up to the next level. As her first year as the head of the decorating committee, a title she inherited after her grandmother passed away, she's determined to make it the best and brightest year Holly Ridge has ever seen. A bigger festival, decorations on every possible inch of town, and of course, more lights. Who cares if she's tired and worn down? She can sleep in January. Christmas only comes but once a year after all. Adam Porter moved to Holly Ridge in search of peace and quiet. As a well-known songwriter with writer's block, he's hoping a sleepy small town will be the perfect place to find his inspiration and write again. The problem is he hates Christmas. This year he's hoping to hide away in the small town, avoid Christmas completely, and write the next big hit by the new year. Unfortunately, when he tells his new next-door neighbor, Ren, that he has no plans to decorate his home and thus threatens to break a 60-year tradition in the town, a battle of decor ensues. As the season progresses and Ren becomes increasingly determined, Adam remains steadfast in his conviction that nothing will make him enjoy the holidays. Definitely not his sunshiny neighbor who is convinced she has enough holiday cheer for the two of them. That sounds really freaking sweet. I'm adding a star next to you too. Okay, next up is a book that was released on October 28th called While It Was Snowing by Julie London. And I have purchased this book. It was included in my last book haul. So this one says, under the mistletoe, a single mom and a professional athlete, I think he's a golfer, they realize they have more in common than the lake house they unexpectedly have to share for the holidays in this heartwarming romance by Julie London. So we're following Amy, and it looks like she is a single mom of 2 teenage sons, and it looks like she's an artist and she needs to paint 5 paintings for her for a local art gallery. She wants to include those in. And it looks like her best friend has a vacant family lake house in North Texas where she can go there for 2 weeks and paint. But apparently, professional golfer Harrison Neely also rented that lake house, and he is there to rehab an injury. It says, despite the booking snafu, both Amy and Harrison, along with Amy's old blind dog, and the army of child-sized nutcrackers residing in the living room, agree to share the festive lodging. When a snowstorm has the two cozying up by the fire, sparks fly in more ways than one, and they open up to each other, unwrapping secrets and stories they've never shared before. This one's just going to be a cozy little holiday romance. It's going to be forced proximity. It's going to be snowed in, and it sounds super sweet, and I cannot wait to read that one. Another book I also included in that last book haul is Anne of Avenue A. This was also released on October 28th. And this is by Audrey Belisa and Emily Harding. And this is book 3 in the For the Love of Austin series that they're writing. And with each one of these books, I read the first book, I read Emma of 83rd Street. And with each one of these books that they're writing, they're taking a popular Jane Austen novel and doing kind of a retelling, a modern retelling. So Emma of 83rd Street was a retelling of Emma. The second book is called Elizabeth of East Hampton. And that one is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. And then this new one, Anne of Avenue A, is a holiday romance book, but it is a retelling of Persuasion. So if you're looking for a book that's set in New York City during the holiday season, this one can be for you, because this one is set in the Big Apple, and it's going to be a second chance. So if you love those, check this one out. Okay, next up is The Holiday Club by Ashley Manley. This is a novella that's on Kindle Unlimited, and it was released on October 30th. And this one says, she's lost the holidays she loved. He never wanted them in the first place, but this Christmas could change everything. It goes on to say, Hollis Hartwell lives for parades on Main Street, matching pajamas, and small town holiday magic until a custody agreement hands every Christmas and town festival to her ex-husband. Now with her magazine column on festive traditions looming in her heart anything but merry, Hollis is desperate to find a new way to celebrate. Enter Jay Randall, a rugged nonconformist who rather spend December riding a horse and buggy with his oddball best friend than decking any halls. When Hollis barges into their anti-Christmas plans, hoping to prove the traditions matter, she gets more than she bargained for. Sparks fly, beliefs are challenged, and amid beer tending and unexpected pear trees, Hollis begins to wonder if the best traditions are the ones you create for yourself. Okay, so again, this is a novella at 203 pages, and this is another one I might want to read just because, you know, it's going to be a short little romance, so I might try and make time for this one. Okay, the last books I want to talk about are books that have not been released yet. Let's start with the Amazon original series that's coming out. I don't know if it's every Christmas, but I know last Christmas season, Amazon released 4 novellas written by popular romance authors. And you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, and I think you can listen to it for free on Audible, not sure. But this year, the first book they're going to have out is No Place Like Home by Laura Pavlov, Merry and Bright by Ali Rosen, All Wrapped Up in You by Rosie Dannon, and You Better Not Pout by Mia Sosa. And all 4 of these come out on November 20th, so be sure to go check those out if you like to read those. And I want to say all of those are like well under 200 pages. And then finally, the last book I want to talk about is The Mistletoe Kisser by Lucy Score. This one comes out on December 3rd. This was actually indie published in 2020, and it is being re-released now. With this one, it has almost 20,000 ratings with an average rating of 4.4, which is really high. This one says, Ryan Sosa, grumpy former corporate accountant, has had it up to here with surprises. He didn't see getting fired coming, and he certainly didn't anticipate flying across the country to the world's hippiest, happiest, most annoying town to save his great uncle from some mysterious emergency. Not only is there actual snow on the ground, but the town of Blue Moon appears to have decked its halls with elves on psychedelics. But he doesn't have time to be snarky about the impending winter solstice and multicultural holiday celebration, whatever the hell that is. Not when he's got a farm to save, a free-range sheep that he may or may not have nudged with a stupid microscopic rental car, and some small-town veterinarian telling him she can't take the animal off his hands. Dr. Sammy Ames has a practice to manage and a fundraising crisis to attend to. She doesn't have time to deal with a big city grouch who doesn't remember being her first kiss ever. Oh, that sounds sweet. Especially not since he wants to dump a sheep named Stan on her. So not happening, no matter how cute and naked Ryan is when he's drunk. Besides, as soon as he solves his uncle's problem, he'll be on the first flight out of Blue Moon, never to return again. It will take a winter solstice miracle or perhaps some matchmaking interference from the beautification committee to get these two to see eye to eye under the mistletoe, unless they got the wrong Ryan after all. Okay, so this is a lot to take in. So this one sounds really cute and funny. I have read Lucy's Score before. She's kind of hit and miss. And this is actually the 8th book in the Blue Moon series. I read the first book. Have not read any of the others. I thought the first one was okay. It was okay. I liked it, didn't love it. It was just okay. But I do have the second book. Haven't read it. And I haven't picked up any of the other books. But I may have to pick up this one just because it sounds like it's hilarious. But this one is 311 pages, and it is on Kindle Unlimited, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it looks like all of her Blue Moon books are on Kindle Unlimited. So this is going to be another one I'm going to add a star next to maybe try and get to if I have time, just because it sounds really funny. All right, my friends, those are all of the holiday romance new releases that have come out these past couple of months. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books or if you plan to. Let me know if there's any that I said, oh, I kind of want to read that. Let me know if I should absolutely read those. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found some new books to add to your holiday TBR. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.